Welcome back to Squawk Box. New this morning, Bob Diamond, former CEO of Barclays, diving into the growing trend of investors buying companies to turn them into crypto assets. Diamond's Atlas Merchant Capital combining with Sonnet Biotherapeutics to form hyper-liquid strategies. It's a little complicated, but the focus is on building a large reserve of what is called hype tokens, which is a key to the hyper-liquid blockchain. We're going to have him explain this in just a moment. Bob Diamond, co-founder and CEO of Atlas, and David Shamus is Atlas' co-founder and CIO. They're going to serve as CEO of this new entity. Both are with us live and exclusively this morning. And as I said to you when you walked in, explain it to me like I'm 5, if you could. You said maybe it has to be 15, you think? Explain it to me like I'm 15 years old?
15 feels better. Look, the way I would think about it is Hyperliquid, which was founded after the blow-up of FTX a number of years ago, is a non-custodial, user-owned, decentralized exchange that has its own layer 1 blockchain. Does a 15-year-old understand that?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Go to 10 years old, if you could.
Yeah, so it is meant to address a lot of the problems that we saw in FTX and other things, that you control your own wallet. With a custodial exchange like Coinbase, you're giving them your money. They're holding it. If something bad happens, that happens to you too. It's a problem. Here, you have your assets in your own wallet. You control it. It's you trade on a decentralized exchange. And this isn't the only one. There are other decentralized exchanges out there. But you trade on a decentralized exchange with your own wallet. You never give up custody of your assets.
So here's a question about that. There's always been this sort of friction, or at least question. Do you want to live in a decentralized world where you have full custody of the asset? Or do you want to give over your asset to somebody else who's going to hold custody of it for you, which ultimately is the safer solution insofar as there's an argument that Coinbase has all sorts of security protocols and they're a big company. There's lots of ways for them to protect it. And then if I lose the password or something goes wrong, that I'm on the hook.
It's a really good question. And, you know, the crypto world is definitely still evolving. I think we are in the first inning here. We're going to be talking about crypto for many years to come. And I think people are figuring out which one is better, but the market is offering people alternatives.
But the Coinbases of the world will say one is like putting the money under your mattress and, you know, your home is exposed, and the other is like putting it in a bank. And you think that people shouldn't think about it like it's being put in a bank.
You know, putting money in a bank is pretty safe, but, you know, there have been problems in banks over the years, too. That's why we have the FDIC. So I think it's just, again, this is crypto. This is the crypto world. It is very much still evolving, and we're figuring that stuff out.
Now that we're, by the way, in Crypto Week, apparently, I don't know what Crypto Week even means, but
here we
apparently
are.
this is what they're calling it.
I think we're about to find out, I just found this out.
Do you think there should be an FDIC for crypto?
Listen, when you and I were talking during the financial crisis, my comment to you consistently was strong banks want strong regulation. Strong firms in this space want strong regulation. The reason we're so excited about Circle, and David and I first invested in Circle 4 years ago in 2021. We've stayed very, very involved. We're investors today. And one of the reasons is the vision of Jeremy Allaire to be the most regulated, to be the most safe, to have the best protocols. And that malign neglect of Gary Gensler and the SEC to just ignore everything rather than regulate it. Strong firms want strong regulation. This is good for us.
So Circle, by the way, has just been, a remarkable performer, largely because it's the only real player in its space right now. I don't know if we can show Circle stock right now. It's been amazing.
The only really strongly regulated, open to regulation.
Well, that was going to be my question, which is what happens when and if competition really comes into this space?
In stablecoins?
In the stablecoin universe, yeah.
You know, I think there will be competition. I think Jeremy has always said there may be multiple, but the fact that Circle is open to everyone and not kind of a private stablecoin. I brought this up on CNBC before, but one of the people who's joining our board at Hyperlink Strategies is Hyperliquid Strategies is Eric Rosengren, the former president of the Boston Fed. And he was the one that was responsible for the white paper at the Fed on digital currencies for the Fed. And one of the things he pointed out to me is that the Fed wire was not invented by the Fed. It was invented by the private sector and then highly, highly regulated. We're going to see the same thing in stablecoins. You're going to see the Fed allowing the private sector, such as Circle, to develop the technology and then highly, highly regulate them.